So I'm Tallulah, I'm 13, and I'm from Atlanta. And one of my favorite Leaf memories so far is hearing the music like go so late into the night, because it's really, everyone's just so happy to be here, and it's cool even though it's like 1 in the morning. But that's one of my favorites so far. And then selling these has also been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm Rebecca Morning. I've been coming to Leaf for years and years and years, and I even remember coming to the Black Mountain Music Festival before Leaf. But I think one of my most fond memories, I was volunteering, gosh, it's probably been like 25 years ago, and I worked in the Brown House helping with the musicians, and there was this really great band from Ireland called East Whistle, I think, and they were just really cool folks. I enjoyed hanging out with them. We ate lunch together, and then they played a really amazing contra set up here in the dance hall. Yeah, that was super fun, dancing and listening to them. They were a great band. I don't even know what they're doing anymore, but yeah, that's definitely one of my fondest memories of Leaf.
Last time I went to Leaf, I remember playing on the beach and dancing in that house, and up on the main tent I remember dancing in the middle with the dance circle and eating at Eaton Hall, and it's just an overall great experience to be here.
Okay, I'm Maddie. This is my first Leaf, so I have about 24 hours of experience. I mean, this is silly, but I honestly feel like I'm making a memory right now, like sitting here with my friend and looking at the actual leaves and just being in this environment. It's a pretty magical setting.
Okay, I'm Molly, and this is also my first Leaf, so also 24 hours, and my favorite moment so far has been dancing with my friend in the contra room.
Hi, I'm Amy.
I'm Nick.
I'm Avery.
We're from Ohio. We've been coming to Leaf since 2000. We were married here, and all 3 of our kids have pretty much been raised in all the festivals since they were about 6 months old.
So I'm Kelly Hansen, and I am one of the founding members of staff that started with Jennifer 27 years ago. And I want to say first of all that when Jennifer and I sat down together 27 years ago and talked about what we wanted to create with Leaf, what we were thinking about was having a place where families could come together, we could live as a community together for a few days and experience music and dance and poetry and art and outdoor activities and adventures from people from all over the world, from bringing musicians from all over the world, bringing artists from all over the world, and in a safe environment so that you can have this experience. And at the end of the weekend, you would leave and you would take some of that with you out into the world and then spread that. And I really feel like we've accomplished just that. And so some of my favorite Leaf memories are just some of those moments where I've met somebody from Uganda, or I met somebody from China, or I met somebody from South America, something like that, where they introduced me to a new sound or a new art form or a new language, and I felt like I made a friend from someplace that I've never been before. And then they might come back 3 or 4 years later, and it was like a little family reunion. So for me, it's those connections of people and how we connect together as a world population, as human beings on this earth, and not just an individual connection. So for me, that's what it's about.
Hi, I'm Allie.
Oh, cool.
Wiley Wimberly. I've been coming to Leaf since the beginning and raised my children on Leaf. It's a family tradition, and we love being here to commune with our tribe and experience the music and the arts and the food and the Leaf magic.
Very happy to be here, very happy to see that it's back in full capacity. We were here last year and it was a much smaller fair. there. We really enjoyed it, but this has the same feel as it used to before COVID days, and we're really happy to see that.
So my name is Evie. I've been on the Leaf board for many, many years. I was the second board president, so I've been around since the beginning. And many years ago, at a small tent we used to call the poetry tent, 3 women got together and sang. One of them played a bucket, and Mary Ellen was playing the bass, and they called themselves Menage. And the harmony of those 3 women sounded like angels. They were so incredible. And my beloved Jennifer and I, not Jennifer Pickering, my other Jennifer, and I fell in love with Menage. We followed them. We bought CDs everywhere we went. And then they disbanded after a few years. And my Jennifer and Jennifer Pickering and I were on Louise Island brainstorming about what we should do for the 50th week. And Jennifer Twiggs said we should get Menage to come back together. And Jennifer Pickering called Mary Ellen. They got back together, started gigging, and we saw them yesterday before they went on stage. And Mary Ellen had talked about how Leaf and that influence to ask them to come back together has really invigorated them, added to their lives. They now have a full set list. They're going to start playing again, and they're going to go out. And last night they were on stage for the first time in probably 10 years. And if anybody was in that room, I doubt they'll ever forget that night. It was amazing.
We're the Asheville Hoops Troop. We've been performing at Leaf for over a decade together. One of my favorite memories was the parade that we did with March 4th Marching Band. The kids' parade is always one of the best parts of Leaf, and that one was really a top-notch, all-time favorite parade.
And I love coming to Leaf with my kids and hooping pregnant and hooping with babies.
Yeah, there was one time I had a baby carrier in the parade, and I had a 1-year-old on me as I was hooping in the parade. And
hooping with the baby.
Yeah, I was also part of Unifier at the beginning for 10 years. So the very first fire show ever on the beach, I was part of sort of spearheading that tradition. So I would say that was up there with one of my favorite memories, for sure.